Forgiveness is a topic that a lot of people want to avoid because a lot of people think forgiveness means acting as if the offense never happened as if the offender is completely off the hook. In today's broadcast, we are going to talk a little bit about forgiveness and why forgiveness is important in our lives. I am CarrieVee, your biggest fan. I mean it. I love you. And I am joined today by Linda Young, who is a dear friend and an amazing transformational coach who has been through a lot of trauma in her life that she is coming out and speaking about quite freely, and has walked through life and forgiven her abusers, which is a lot of times, I believe, I'm going to ask you, Linda, have people said to you, how could you forgive them?
Oh, many times, many times.
And why did you forgive them?
It boiled down to it was affecting me.
Mm-hmm.
Things that happened, I still continue to bring in the past into the future and my present. And the thing is, as long as I was carrying all those things, I was the one that wasn't growing. I was the one that stayed unhealthy. I was the one carrying the disease. That's what I say. It is a disease that we can't shake until we really understand what the method is to get rid of it. And usually it has nothing to do with the person that you have to forgive. It's just a thing that you have to be able to forgive.
Right.
You don't go to a person sometimes and say, can you please forgive me, when you're really not feeling it, right? I mean, I've done that, but I was still carrying the disease. And that was something that was very difficult for me because I thought, oh, as long as I say the words, that was going to be good enough. But it truly isn't, because when you just shoot out those words, you realize that you're still walking in a world that you really wanted to get out of.
Yeah.
You wanted to get out of the world. The problem is we struggle and we carry the chains, and we continue to carry the chains until we finally say, I need to look at me.
Yeah.
I need to look at what I have to do for myself. That person that I am struggling to forgive, that person forgot me a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That person forgot me a long time ago. They're living their life, and more than likely, they're pretty successful. And that's the kind of strange thing about it. They moved on, but I couldn't. So it is important to learn that forgiveness.
Yeah. I've heard it said that forgiveness is a blessing, not a chore. In my book, The Radical Empowerment Method, I talk about where that quote comes from. You'll be surprised. You'll have to read the book to find out where I heard that quote. And I was watching something on TV, and I quickly took my journal and wrote it down because I loved it so much. Forgiveness is a blessing. It is not a chore. And when we hold on to an unforgiving attitude, it has been said it's like drinking poison and expecting it to affect the person that hurt you. It doesn't work that way. As Linda said, they've moved on. They almost never think about you ever again. And forgiveness is a two-way street, right? There's times that we offend somebody and we need to be the one that's asking for that forgiveness. And that's another forgiveness journey. And then there's the part about forgiving ourselves, which can very often be the hardest. We want to hold ourselves accountable for every horrible decision we've ever made in our lives, and we allow that to keep us stuck. What is your take on that, Linda? Forgiving ourselves.
That is very true. Forgiving ourselves is, I think, the hardest of any. And I truly believe, though, it's a matter of self-healing. Until you come to a point in your life that you are ready to examine yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, because let's face it, none of us truly want to see ourselves in that, because we're going to find out that there's a lot of little bit of uglies in there, but there's a lot of beauty in there. If we're willing to let that come through, then we can start to realize that we do have something to offer. And there is a reason that we need to forgive ourselves, because we are intended. We have a purpose.
Yes.
And there's a plan for us. But until we become healthy and we forgive ourselves, we can't go on and forgive others, right?
That's right.
So that's the key. You can't truly forgive others until you have forgiven yourself.
Exactly.
And that's hard. That's very hard. But
It's very hard.
possible. It's possible. There is nothing impossible.
It is. So, all right. So tell me where we can go to learn more about this topic of forgiveness and topics such as grief and trauma and failure and also joy and gratitude and how we get our feet out of the muck and moving forward again. Is there a place where we can go as women?
Absolutely, there is. Carrie and I are hosting. It's time to have the conversation. It is something that we have developed together on our trips, and we've realized how much women really truly need each other. We need each other, and we need to be able to tell our stories.
Yes.
This event is going to take place November 12th, 10 to 4 at Arrowhead Parable Christian Store at 1 Harry L. Drive in Johnson City, New York. And we have capped it at 50 because we truly, truly want to keep it intimate and for you to be able to be comfortable, to actually feel that comfort that you can get to know each other and walk out with tons of information, inspiration, a new way to look at life, and a lot of sisters to be able to support you in it.
Yes. So it will be a day of laughter and tears, deep dive conversations, activities, not like full on HIIT workouts. We're talking meditating and journaling, nice, quiet, calm activities. Someone asked me that, like, what kind of activities? How do we have to dress for this thing? You can wear a full on gown if you want to. You will be fine. You come in your most comfortable clothes. I forgot that this is a question women ask all the time. Well, how do I dress for this event? Wear what you're comfortable in. I don't care. And Linda doesn't care if you come in your pajamas. Honestly, this is the day of Zoom, right? We're used to dressing up on top and having pajamas on the bottom. Do it. I don't care. I'm not going to guarantee you that I don't have pajama bottoms on right now. So November 12th. 10 to 4 in Johnson City, New York. I am going to drop the link under this broadcast so you can just click the link and come. I also had someone this morning send me a message. They had seen the flyer and they said, how much is this? How much is the investment? The investment is $50, and that covers your entire day of lunch and snacks, and anything that you might need that day is going to be there. We will have water available for you. And the only thing you will need to bring is a pen and a notebook. That's it. You will have some gifts there. We have some vendors who have graciously provided things to give to you to help you on this journey of your stepping into your most powerful self. Linda and I will be bringing our expertise, our stories, our compassion, and our prayers and our love to you. And you are free to upgrade if you would like to a package that is $150. And that package is including some books, some journals, and a one-on-one coaching call with both me and Linda. So I want to be upfront about the enrollment with you because people have been asking me about that. No surprises when you click on the link. That is what you are going to find. We are giving you our hearts and our souls that day, and we cannot wait to pour into you. Linda, any final words you would like to leave with these women before we pop off?
I would. If any of you have ever had a doubt that should I or shouldn't I go, I want to confirm you should, because there are so many things that I know that right now we're questioning everything right now in the world, right? But to be able to come out with feeling positive for a change, because there's so much negative going on right now around us. How about we get together and form a sisterhood of positive energy, because this is what it's about. We are the ones that can go and change the world.
Yes.
One step at a time. As women together, we stand united and nothing is impossible.
Exactly. I love that. And when you put women in a room together, powerful things happen. Could you get this information in a book or from YouTube? Yes. but come and be in person with other women that you can sit next to and cry with and grab their hands and nod and be a part of and forge friendships that will last forever. So we will see you at It's Time to Have the Conversation, November 12th in Johnson City, New York. And Linda, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you. I'll see you later. I hope to see everybody.
Oh, yes. We'll see you there. Bye.
Bye.